Everybody, before I call this meeting to order, I would like to wish a very, very happy birthday to one of our automatic aides, Crystal.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Da, da, da.
Speech. Thank you, speech.
So I'd like to call the Building Zoning Economic Development Committee to order on Wednesday, July 26th at 4:01. Clerk, could you do a roll call, please?
Chairperson Patty Smith,
Here?
Vice Chair Shweta Babe,
Here.
Alderman Carl Franco,
Here.
Alderman Mike Seville,
Here.
Alderman Bill Donnell, 4 present.
First order of business is to approve the minutes of the BZ&E committee that was held on June 28th, 2023, item number 230509. All in favor?
So moved.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Well,
Clerk, do we have,
you didn't vote.
I'm sorry. I have to explain myself just for a second. I am in complete wedding mode and my brain is not here. My daughter's getting married on Saturday. So I am all over the place, so I apologize ahead of time. So moved, motion made by Alderman Franco, second by Alderwoman Bade. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Clerk, now we will go on to the approval of the minutes. We just did that. Clerk, do we have any public comment?
No, we do not.
Okay. First item on the agenda is item number 230566, a resolution approving the final plan for 2A of the second re-subdivision of Fox Valley East Region 1, Unit Number 1, with a modification to the building code amendments located at 3975 Fox Valley Center Drive. Do we have any type of a presentation on that today?
Good afternoon, Tracy Vasek with the Planning and Zoning Division. The subject property is 7.79 acres lying on the north east corner of the Fox Valley Mall. It is currently a parking lot. It did get approval for a senior living in 2021, I guess, for the zoning as and the preliminary plan, and then in July of 2022, the City Council approved the final plan for the senior housing development. The petitioner is now requesting a final plan revision. The detail of the request include updating a portion of their building elevations to create a 2-story lobby to complement the upscale feel of the facility. To do this, the petitioner is modifying the floor plans, shifting a few of the residential units on the second floor to allow for a 2-story lobby. And then this modification will alter the main elevations by adding additional glazing to highlight the lobby entrance. In addition, the 2 adjacent units by the lobby on the second floor will be modified to have larger windows to maximize to maximize natural light and to have Juliet balconies in lieu of full balconies. The rear elevation of the building will also be altered, changing the window layouts with a slight modification to the materials. The revision, though, will still remain the 60% masonry requirement. The roof terrace for the independent living will now become an unoccupied green roof, as there's no way to access the roof due to the change in the common height below, or in the commons area with the height below. The petitioner is also requesting to change from a standard size brick to a utility brick, so they're just larger brick sizes. It does still meet our requirement for the masonry product. And then lastly, the petitioner is also requesting a modification to the city's building code amendments. The detail of this is just to allow for the checkered plate metal ingress stairs in lieu of steel pan concrete poured type. This is allowed under the International Building Code. The city did amend this or put an amendment in to have to eliminate the metal, but they would like to go back to what the actual International Building Code allows. I think the reason why this change is being asked for is in a normal apartment building, you have probably a lot more people going up and down the stairs. So we were trying to have some noise reduction. In this case, it's senior living where there's not going to be those people running up and down the stairs all the time. So they would like to just go back to what the International Building Code would allow.
I can still run. Do you have any questions?
I have a couple questions.
Yes, Alderman
So,
Franco?
are any of these pre-sold or pre-rented apartments yet? And the reason I ask that is because if I had pre-done this and I wanted a rooftop terrace, now you're taking my rooftop terrace away, is that a thing? You know?
Yeah, so there is still a patio on the ground floor, so they still have that. I'll let the petitioner is here, so I'll let him respond to that. I know that they're still trying to get their financing for this, so my guess is that they have not rented anything out yet.
Right. I mean, just if you advertise one thing and then you change it,
Yeah,
how does that work?
it was a pretty small roof terrace, and because I did ask that question too, and they said that the main activity is going to be on the ground floor to begin with, because that's where it's where all the commons area is. So where there's going to be 2 bars in there, that's where that area is. It's going to be where the kitchen and dining is. So that's really going to be where the main activity is, which will have the patio on the outside.
All right. Thank you.
Would you like an answer from the petitioner, or are you good?
No, I mean, I would like to know if they did any pre-sales yet. I guess that would be my question.
Can we get the petitioner to come up? Thank you. If you'd state your name, thank you.
Yep, John Lindstrom with SAS Architects and Planners, and speaking on behalf of Integrated Development 2. I don't have any knowledge of the pre-sales, but to Tracy's point, that roof terrace was a small area, and to maintain the look from those apartments, it's still going to be maintained as a green roof, and the main activity spaces are going to be on the first floor, with dining and bar and living and lounge spaces.
All right. Thank you.
Alderman Bate?
Thank you, Chairwoman. My question is, with the change of the standard size bricks to utility size bricks, is there a quality difference, price difference? Why are they requesting this change?
Yeah, there's no quality difference. It's a pricing difference because the brick size is a little bit bigger, so you have less labor involved, and I think the cost might be also a little bit cheaper. So, but the quality in the masonry product is the same width as required by the code. So all of the integral characteristics of the brick are the same.
I'm just curious, why was the standard size chosen at the first place if this was more effective, like price-wise and?
I think
Against
initially there was some talk of the other developments and just matching the sizes of the brick for those. But being that the code allows the same 4-inch wide brick, that was an option that we looked in making it a little bit cheaper cost.
And then the looks won't change?
Yeah, correct.
It
It'll
won't
still
change
be.
much.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
John, you might as well stay up.
And I do believe that there is some bigger brick on the lumen, which is the first phase. So I think there is a mixture. So I think it's still going
Still
to
match.
complement each other.
Alderman Seville?
Yeah, John, you might as well stay up.
Okay.
My questions are more in line with Alderman Franco. Where are you with your financing right now?
Financing is not my bailiwick. We're the owner is working on that. I don't have another update other than that.
Do you have any update on when you expect a groundbreaking to occur in construction and how long and ribbon cutting and opening?
I can't speak to that. I know the construction duration is about 18 to 24 months. And I don't know if that's this fall or next spring. I don't know.
Yeah,
Tracy,
and
do you-
I mean, I guess I could answer a little bit about that. I think that they are looking at financing as much as they can. They are definitely in this project and they want to move forward. It's just that they have to wait until the financing makes sense to move this forward and for them to actually get financing. So I know obviously they're coming back in for this, so they're still in it all, as much as they can be. They just are waiting until the financing is available.
If you have any updates, you can possibly share with the
Yep.
committee or the city council.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think they want to get going as soon as possible. So
I would imagine so.
as he told me, once he gets the green light, they're in the ground. So
Sure. Okay, thank you.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made by Alderman Seville, second by Alderman Franco. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. The next three items I'm going to read in all together, but we will be voting on them separately. Item number 230561, a resolution authorizing the execution of an option in land lease of real property location at the Aurora Municipal Airport. Item number 230574, a resolution authorizing the execution of an option and land lease of real property located at the Aurora Municipal Airport. And item number 230575, a resolution authorizing the execution of an option and land lease of real property located at the Aurora Municipal Airport. And before we get started, I just want to add that this entire committee was given a presentation and a PowerPoint that we've all had the opportunity and time to look over. So, and we will be getting a full presentation once again at COW. So I'd like to utilize today's time for questions from the committee to the petitioner and/or to staff. Does anyone have any questions on this?
I do.
Just a question, we're not doing the last one, 23-0576? Is that included in this presentation?
Not with these three we're doing right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it's the airport, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, I see.
Because
Yes,
the other one's
we're
not
doing the
airport.
three airport ones
Gotcha.
together right now.
All right.
Yes. Any questions? Yes, Alderwoman Bate.
So, thank you for the presentation yesterday, Chris. It was very informative and very detailed. You mentioned 108 acres will be for community, right?
Right.
Community solar panels.
That's correct.
Is it out of the total, or we have a percentage in every location that will be for community?
That's correct. Yeah, each location will have a community solar field in there. And one of the reasons for that is that it's required by the Illinois state law for the funding that we talked about, that $9.5 billion fund. You can't have two community solar fields located adjacent to each other. So as a result, they've separated them and then are using the rest for utility scale.
Okay. But is there a percentage, or it's like
It's
depending on the
it's
size?
5 megawatts is the size of the field requirement.
Okay. And if we can, you have two different things for interconnection fees paid to ComEd by solar developer in this particular presentation?
Yeah, the total is about $9.5 million of interconnection fees under the best case scenario that has been put into the bid to make sure that there's money available for that. But the total project that they're looking to invest is going to be about $100 million.
And that is, the best case would be if we have 180 acres.
That's correct.
And if you could explain what is financial instrument to back lease for 1 year?
That's really something that we asked for to make sure that if they don't pay you, remember, the intent, or not the intent, by contract, they have to pay you the first of the year. So they don't pay you monthly. So the rent is due the first of the year. So if they don't pay you, then you can attach yourselves to this financial instrument to get payment. So you basically got a year to evict them if they don't end up paying.
Okay. And lease for community solar field paid at 3,000 per acre per year. When does that start?
That will start actually when the construction of the field starts. So it's about 2.5 years out, and there are some minor payments that they give you just to secure the option, but they're very minimal
So there will be no payment for that duration?
until it's actually they pick up their option and they've built the field
Okay, and same for utility scale?
for both fields.
Utility scale solar fields. Similarly, when they start
That's
we
correct.
start making. And just one more thing I wanted to ask is, lower ComEd electricity costs for community opt-in program. So we have three different things here: City of Aurora subscription, Aurora resident subscription, low-income group subscription plan. So City of Aurora subscription means people by living in, Aurora resident subscription, they have to opt in, or by default, they get this 15%?
They have to opt in. It will be an opt-in program, and as a requirement, they have to offer that to the City of Aurora residents first. There will also then be an option for the City of Aurora for their properties to opt into that. But typically, by going to the market for their energy, they've been able to exceed the 15%. So we'll evaluate that at that time to see if that 15% option is a good one and help save the city even more. But it is an opt-in program, to answer your question.
So we will disseminate this information to residents when it is
Correct. There'll
ready.
be a rollout of that to all City of Aurora residents.
And anything for seniors?
Nothing for seniors, but subsequent to our meeting, I've already requested to see if that could be an available option.
Okay, that's a great thing to have.
Now, seniors might fall into that lower income bucket, which is a 50% reduction.
Okay.
So,
And I just wanted to make a comment that this is a great use of landfill site, which we can't use for many other things. I mean, very less options available, but you plan to have bees and butterfly pollination. It's a great thing for the environment as well as for our, city.
we
So,
think it's a great thing for the Aurora residents and the city also.
Thank you.
Alderman Seville.
I have a question, just in terms of procedure, and question goes to our attorney. Since, for us to adhere to the Open Meetings Act, do we need any type of presentation to the committee before we take a vote?
No, I don't believe so. The presentation is,
Came in
Okay,
here.
good, I wasn't sure.
Your chairman checked on that before she sat down.
I'm sorry?
I said your chairman checked on that before
Oh,
she
good,
sat down.
yeah, I wasn't sure, so, yeah, okay, great.
It's already been provided to them.
yeah.
Yes, and we have it in writing.
Good.
Alderman Franco? I'm going to read these items in one at a time again, and we'll take a motion on each one of them. 230561. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Seville. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion moves 4-0. Second one is 230574. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Seville. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion moves forward, 4-0. And the last one, 230575. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Seville. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion moves forward, 4-0. Thank you. The next item is 230576, a resolution authorizing the execution of an option and land lease of real property location on the northwest corner of Sullivan and Route 25, Ward 1. Does anyone here, this is the same topic, does anyone here have any questions, or is there anything staff or petitioner would like to add?
So moved.
Just one
Alderwoman Begg?
What is the current zoning for this particular property?
Good afternoon, Ed Sieben, Zoning and Planning Director. The site in question is actually zoned R1, and we realize because there's a long lag time before this will materialize, we will meet with the petitioner and discuss rezoning on this. So it will need rezoning.
Okay, and it will be rezoned to, what is the?
That hasn't been
buffer?
determined yet.
Okay.
But the area up there is all industrial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for this type of thing, what is the zoning that will be used for all the solar panel fields, farming?
It probably would be rezoned, maybe ORI with a special use to allow for the solar farm. That would be my guess.
And it'll be a new thing added in the zoning category because maybe we don't have an existing zoning for solar panels?
We do have it in our zoning ordinance, but I think we have to add it as a special use or a conditional use as part of the ORI, so.
Okay.
For a
Thank you.
for a solar farm, that's kind of a unique thing.
Solar farm,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Any further questions from the committee?
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Franco, second by Alderwoman Bade. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That moves forward, 4-0. And the last item for today is 230547, a resolution approving the final plot of development of Public Works subdivision located at 2185 Liberty Street.
Hi, everyone. It's good to see you all again. My name is Stu Browell. I'm here with the City Zoning Division. I think we've got some things to show. Okay. Yeah, Ed's pulled up the aerial. So this is the city's Public Works facility out on East New York Street, Liberty Street. So the property was annexed the annexation was approved, in the fall of 2021. So the proposal here is to, consolidate the two lots you see highlighted there in the blue into one lot and then dedicate some city easements, a water easement, stormwater management easement, and a fire lane easement for the property directly to the west for them to access East New York Street. And then there's also, which you would see in the packet, is on the final plat, some right-of-way being dedicated along the northern property line on Liberty Street. So I don't know if there are any questions for staff. We do have a representative here, Ian, from the engineering department, but we can answer any questions.
Anyone here in the committee have any questions on this one? We've been working on this project for a while, so
It's been a long road.
if there's no questions, I have a motion.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Seville. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion moves forward, 4-0. Yes.
Just back to the previous, the northeast corner of Sullivan and Route 25. The current zoning is actually already ORI, but it will need a conditional use for the solar farm. I think I stated it was R1. It used to be R1, but it is now zoned to ORI.
Okay.
But it will still have to come back to city council.
Thank you for clarification. There is no need for closed session for this committee, and may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made to adjourn by Alderman Franco, second by Alderwoman
Bade.
Bade. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is over at 4:24.
Very nice.